boy is mine, the boy is mine,
the boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?
Uh-huh. Sure, you know.
You look kind of familiar.
Yeah, you do too.
But I just wanted to know, do you know somebody named... You know his name.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know his name.
But I just want to let you know that he's mine.
No. He's mine. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Unpopular Podcast. Tonight is August, it's still August 31st. It's only 11:56 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time over here. So, let's get right into it because tonight is going to be short but sweet. But I just had to come on and do my official second episode because we had a legendary moment tonight. If you missed it, it's something wrong with you. You either better being at work or making cash some kind of way to miss Brandy versus Monica. Excuse me, I'm on that drink. I'm sorry. But anywho, if you don't know, Verzuz is something that Timbaland and Swiss Beats came up with, during this whole pandemic that we're going through, trying to get people to not forget the music of things. And they've had legendary battles already. The most recent one I believe I saw was Snoop Dogg versus DMX. I believe they already done the Tupac versus Biggie. They had representatives from both parties. They've done it. It goes down on Apple Music. It goes down on Instagram, on Verzuztv. It's a big deal. Now, I say that to say that tonight, they've been promoting Brandy versus Monica for the last, I want to say at least 2 weeks or so. And I've been ready. Okay, READY, ready. Because first of all, my birthday just passed, August 20th, 1988. I just turned 32, so I'm a little past the millennials. And I know what it felt like to be in the 90s or the 2000s when we had that plethora of Brandy and Monica music. Forget just 1998 where we had The Boy Is Mine, Brandy featuring Monica, or we had It All Belongs to Me, that was a Monica featuring Brandy later on. Those girls have always been put against each other in the industry, in the media, and just in general. So for tonight to happen and have both women there at the same time at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Florida, where I am right now. They shouldn't have invited me, but one day we'll get there. It just was iconic for me as a fan. I love both ladies. So going into it, I was like, I don't know who could win, but I was rooting for Monica. No shade. Monica, people say what they want about her. She's ghetto. She don't know how to act. Da-da-da-da-da. But how many other girls in the industry now that we have that y'all give that same claim to, and y'all love their music? Keisha Cole, K. Michelle, just to name a few. I mean, even before Monica, we had Mary J. Blige. She maybe wasn't as ghetto, but she still sung those songs to where you feel like, fuck that nigga. They give that heartbreak music. Not to say that Brandy doesn't, but Monica, when she sings heartfelt heartbreak songs, it just comes from a different, I'm lost for words. But what I will say tonight, again, was legendary for me. I think they broke the record. On Instagram, they had 1.2 million viewers. You can't do that on a regular Instagram live. 1.2 million viewers. I don't think any celebrity has ever done that. And the fact that Brandy and Monica brought that in tonight, that says a lot about how much we love their music, how much we appreciate them for giving us those songs that we could still play today that's timeless. So before I get into what I'm really going to get into tonight, I just want to make sure it's clear that Brandy Norwood, Monica Arnold, they are two black queens in the R&B world. They dabbled and popped here and there, but they are R&B queens who should be appreciated. We should not be down in these women. We should not be even doing a verses. That's why Monica said it was more of a celebration for her. She didn't want to go against Brandy. She wanted to celebrate what they've done so far, you know? So I get that and I agree with that. But as you know, I do always have my unpopular opinions. That's why I am King Tonio. And if you are listening, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, please. Please subscribe. I'm telling you, I got more videos coming and you're going to be so happy with them. But anyway, forget the shameless plug. Where was I going? Oh yeah. It was a few things that happened during the battle where you can tell, like, you know, cause they were honest. They said it before they started playing the songs. They haven't spoken in like 8 or 9 years. So, you know, it is what it is. So before the actual Verzuz battle begun and they came on stage, they had a conversation privately just to, like, you know, reiterate things and try to make things, you know, copacetic, make sure everything's clear between the two. But as the Verzuz was going on, I could tell, like, oh, girl, what Monica thinking? What Brandy thinking? Like, it was certain things that was said where the other party would look at them like, girl, please. But, I mean, we all human at the end of the day. We all still have our feelings. We don't know exactly what they went through, 20 plus years, you know? It's allegedly, well, not allegedly, because Monica already said it, and Brandy brought it up tonight, which I really didn't like, that, you know, back in the day, before that Grammy performance for The Boy Is Mine, Monica punched Brandy. It is what it is, because they said Monica, you know, she was sick of how Brandy was acting.
But you the one said you were kicked in the door.
But I didn't say you.
Well, no, you didn't kick in my door.
Right. So why would you say you was one of the ones?
I shouldn't have said that. That's probably gonna go viral. I shouldn't have said that. I'm
No.
so sorry, y'all. I didn't mean no shade by that.
I just said I was delivered.
I was trying to make a joke. You know, I try to work on my comedy.
What had happened was
I was trying to work on my comedy.
we had a disagreement. That's what happened.
I know.
We had a disagreement, and
This mean you're not gonna do the tour? I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
you know what? We had a disagreement. Right. We had.
Brandy was acting like the queen, and oh girl, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing this. This is my production. And Monica's from the ATL. Call her ghetto if you want, but she keeps it real. She sucker punched Brandy. It is what it is. I mean, but it probably was like some WWF type of shit, like finish him. But who knows? We weren't there. But it was small moments like that where I was like, ooh, girl.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
You was so wrong for that.
Wrong.
Real wrong.
You're wrong.
But it is what it is. Like I said, we're all humans. We all have feelings at the end of the day. But besides the little catty moments that they did have, I enjoyed it. I really did. Brandy, you know, she brought out hits. Monica, she brought out hits. But I felt like with Monica, like, she brought out hits that I forgot she had. Like, Monica has some of these heartfelt songs that I said earlier that you like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Brandy is more commercial, so she was always in your face. She had Moesha. She had, all the movies. Like, I still know she did that summer. She was the first Black Cinderella. Like, you had no reason but to see Brandy. You know, Monica, not to say that she wasn't out there, but Brandy just was the pop girl. If you had to say out of the two, she was very popular. Now, she still had hits. She still has those songs that make you go like, yes, Brandy. But Monica, it was different for me. And I'm only speaking my unpopular opinion. I'm speaking from my point of view. Everyone else can have their opinion. But for me, after the whole battle was done, over and said, Monica took home the trophy for me. Now I understand Monica was the main one of the two, saying this is more of a celebration for her. But let's celebrate, because to me, Monica won. Monica came hit for hit for hit for hit. Like, y'all hear that? Like, okay, you got that, I got this. And who can be mad at that? It's a Verzuz. We going hit for hit. Now, another part that really didn't settle with me in the right place was when Brandy kept like trying to make Monica sing. Because, you know, Brandy, I guess she said she was having fun. She was doing ad-libs to certain songs of hers. She sung a few times on Monica's songs, which Monica did sing because they both had their microphones. But if the woman don't feel like singing, then she don't have to sing. Let her feel it. You were feeling it, but maybe she wasn't. She was just there to enjoy the moment. She's not out here. I don't know if they got paid to do this Verzuz. I doubt it, because, you know, it's just a celebration for the culture. Who knows? But maybe Monica's like, girl, I'm not finna, you know, mess up my voice for free. Like, I'm gonna give you a here and there. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, like, Brandy, you kept pushing her to sing. And even at one moment, Brandy was like, oh, girl, I'm singing all your songs. You can sing mine. I'm like, what? It just became overwhelming for me at a certain point with Brandy. Like, she was trying to control the whole thing. Like, she's a production manager or something. Like, girl, let's just play our songs. Let the people at home sing the songs. And let's enjoy it. That's all I'm saying. But long story short, I enjoyed the show. I appreciate Timbaland and Swiss Beats, you know, for doing what they did and making sure that we had another moment for the culture. Now, Brandy did say that, well, she's been trying to do it, but she did say she wants to go on tour with Monica and get that check. But Monica doesn't seem to be that interested. And I can understand why, because Monica is a real girl. Like, she's still like, okay, girl, we cool, but we not friends. And I know who you are. Like, girl, behind the scenes, it's been said, you're not the nicest girl. Because if we really want to get into it, if anybody knows me, my favorite girl is Aaliyah. That's another thing that kind of, you know, moved me in the wrong direction, because there was no mention of Aaliyah. And anybody in the 90s know it was Aaliyah, Brandy, Monica. Aaliyah came out first. Not saying they had to mention her, but y'all brought up Usher, y'all brought up Timbaland, y'all brought up Missy. So why not mention the girl who came out before both of you? The girl who brought out Timbaland and Missy, that Brandy used Timbaland and Monica used Missy for songs a plethora of times. But it's okay. Even when Brandy had her moment and I will say, I do love that she had like a certain poem to open every song or every other song that she wanted to play. And I can't remember what song, I do remember. It was I'm Still Missing You. It was her, Tamia, Gladys Knight, and I believe someone else is on the song. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting right now. But she did a poem before she played the song. And it was basically like a tribute to the people we've lost this year and years before. She mentioned Kobe. She mentioned, oh my God, I'm still a little shocked myself, by Chad Boswick, you know, the Black Panther. That was heartfelt. She mentioned Michael Jackson, who died years ago. She mentioned Whitney Houston, who died years ago. So I was like, okay, girl, I see you naming a few girls. Aaliyah's next, but there was no mention of Aaliyah. But, you know, if you're a real Aaliyah fan, you would know there's an interview on YouTube right now when Aaliyah was being interviewed by someone during her first era of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And the interviewer asked her, basically, did she hear what Brandy had said about her? And what was said, quote unquote, was basically by Brandy and her mother, Sonia Norwood, who's her manager back in the day. I don't know if she's still a manager now. But they also say Brandy's mother is not that kind to get along with. But they basically was saying that Aaliyah shouldn't be dressing like a tomboy. The way she dresses is just not ladylike, and this and that, da-da-da-da. Basically hating on Aaliyah for her style. Something that she's iconic for today. But Aaliyah was the ultimate professional. She said, I caught a wind of what Brandy did say, but I believe it's room out here for everyone, so good luck, Brandy. And that's how she left it. You know, it's no need to throw shade towards each other. But again, like I said earlier, it's plenty of people behind the scenes who always said Brandy was like a total diva. Her and her mother together, working with them was like horrible. It was just dramatic. And I can't fathom the, like as y'all call her, the vocal Bible, being bothered by someone's style. Not even her vocals. Because a lot of y'all say Aaliyah don't have the vocals of a Monica or a Brandy. But that's fine, because she's still iconic today. Long gone, 19 years gone, and still a relevant topic. But that's besides the point. Let me start rambling on. My whole point is that, Brandy, you may have changed today. And I still don't think you have. I think you're just learning as you're getting older. But you haven't learned enough. But I can tell, even from Moesha, just watching Moesha as an adult today, like, your character says enough. The fact that you played that girl who was rudely disrespectful to her parents and her friends, and just like, you know what? Let me stop. I don't want to make this a bash Brandy type of episode. It's about Brandy and Monica, so let's stick to the music. But I just want to throw it out there that Brandy is not the girl that y'all think she is. Y'all like to put her on this pedestal, but behind the scenes, they say Mama is a beast. Very, very, very negative. Can't get along with her. Maybe that's why she's independent today, because nobody wants to sign her or re-sign her. They just don't want to deal with the headache of her and her mother. But back to the Verzuz episode. I really, really wish, as I was watching, I would have wrote down like the order of the songs. But the order was nice. Now, I will say from Monica's side, there were a few times where I felt like she could have came harder for what Brandy gave, you know. But overall, I still think Monica took it home, because Brandy had my feelings, but Monica really had my feelings. Like, yes, girl, yes, sis. And I just don't like see how anyone can say Brandy won. Like, you just have to think about the numbers. Matter of fact, let me pull up something that I saw earlier that I didn't even know. But it goes to show that you never know. People just go ahead and say what they want to say and, you know, just guess at stuff. But we're going to go to actual Billboard and see how many hits they had versus each other. So let's start with Hot 100 number one hits. Brandy has 2. Monica has 3. Hot 100 top 10 hits. Brandy has 7. Monica has 8. Hot 100 chart hits. Brandy has 18. Monica has 16. Billboard 200 number one albums. Now, this was a shock to me, because I thought differently than what Billboard said. But apparently, Brandy has 0 Billboard number one albums. Monica has 1. Billboard 200 top 10 albums. Brandy has 4. Monica has 5. You get where I'm going with here? Monica's in the lead right now. And then we have R&B/hip-hop airplay number ones. Brandy has 5. Monica has 3. R&B hip-hop airplay top 10s. Brandy has 13 of those. Monica has 11. Grammy Awards, they both each have 1 for The Boy Is Mine. I remember that moment. It was sweet. That was right after Monica punched Brandy, as Brandy wanted to remind us of tonight. And then we also have U.S. album sales. Brandy has 9 million. Monica has 6 million. U.S. singles sold. Brandy has 10.6 million. Monica has 10.5 million. Not too far from each other. And then last but least, we have U.S. on-demand streams, where Brandy has 919 million, when Monica has 1.33 billion streams. So if we're going to talk about statistics and numbers, let's keep it real. Monica is winning. I'm just saying. But a lot of girls, since you saw Brandy more, you just assume she's selling more. Just because you have endorsements for CoverGirl and your Cinderella doesn't mean you're selling more of your music. You're just winning in the commercial view of it. But again, it's not about verses. It's about celebration. So we're going to celebrate Brandy and Monica tonight. So let's get into a little bit of their iconic song, Boy Is Mine, while I calm down, because I really feel like I've been just dragging Brandy already. But I really don't want to do that because I like Brandy. I like her. You know, she's cute or whatever. So let's get back into The Boy Is Mine.
The boy is mine. The boy is mine.
The boy is mine.
The boy is mine. The boy is mine.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?
Sure, you look kind of familiar.
Yeah, you do too. But I just wanted to know, do you know somebody named... You know his name.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know his name.
But I just want to let you know that he's mine.
No, he's mine.
Ooh, see, that's why I'm not a singer, because I can't sing. But yeah, that was Brandy versus Monica. Oh, Brandy versus Monica. I'm sorry, Brandy featuring Monica. The Boy Is Mine, of Brandy's 1998 hit album. Now I will say this album was a hit. Never Say Never. I love that album. But yeah, they also had another song, It All Belongs to Me, which was Monica's song. But I felt that song, it really didn't get as much promotion that it should have got. And I don't know if it was Monica's team, her management team, the label, what it was. They had a video. The video was cute, but it just didn't get that same treatment that The Boy Is Mine got. It came out in 2012 off of Monica's album New Life. And I'm going to give you guys a little snippet of that so you can see the difference from The Boy Is Mine to It All Belongs to Me. So let's get into that, and then I'm going to come back with my closing. See you later.
Loving you is hard. I feel like I'm about to hurt myself, and I don't wanna do it, baby. I'm loving you so hard, and the way you act ain't been no help. No, sugar.
Yeah, you got it sweet, don't you?
You must be blind, you must be dumb, you must be tripping, you must be crazy.
You must be out your damn mind.
To think that I'ma let you off that easy. I know you're mad, can't take no more, but put that back, that ain't yours. Have a fit, slam the door, leave them bags on the floor that belongs to me. Those clothes talk. Never knew you to do nothing else. You ain't good for nothing, baby. It's like you got no heart, cold as ice, and nothing can make you melt. No, 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 baby. Hold on 1 minute, baby. You must be blind. You must be dumb. You must be tripping. You must be crazy to think that I'ma let you off that easy. I know you're mad. Can't take no more. Yeah. That ain't yours. That ain't yours. Slam the door. Leave them bags on the floor.
That shit belongs to me. Oh, sorry. Monica love the curse. That's one thing Brandy kind of brought up, you know, when Monica played her song Sideline Ho. She'd be like, oh my God, you can't say that on here. My daughter's watching. Girl, like your daughter don't curse, girl. Stop it, girl. You just try to be so perfect, girl. But all these kids out here cursing, girl. She know what a sideline hoe is already in 2020. I'm sorry to tell you. Hopefully she's not in a relationship, because I think she's about 14, 15, 16, something like that. She's a little older than Monica kids, and they know what sideline hoe is because their mother sings it. But what I do love is that Monica kept going like, girl, what you mean? Ho, 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 sideline ho. Like, girl, you're not going to tell me not to say what I want to say. That's my song. That's a hit that my fans love. And if you don't like sideline ho, then you probably was the sideline ho. That's the reason. But anyway, before I close tonight, I just want to say, all jokes aside, all shade aside, all unpopular opinions aside, the verses of Monica versus Brandy was, to me, epic, iconic, legendary. I mean, it was so... I watched it on Instagram. I didn't watch it on Apple Music because I like to see the reactions from the fans and the celebrities come in. And I saw so many celebrities in there that I'd never seen on the other Verzuz episodes before. I saw Lil' Kim. I saw Halle Berry. I saw Michelle Obama. I saw Candy. I saw Swiss and Timbaland, of course. I saw, like, I just forget how many celebrities I saw in there. Missy Elliott. And they all were just like little kids. Like I felt back in the 90s, like we were just enjoying the music. We was enjoying the moment of these two black queens celebrating the hits that they have and the hits that they have to come. Because Monica did debut her new single with Lil Baby called Trenches. You know, Brandy played a few songs off her new album B7. Oh, now what I will say, when she played Borderline, which is my favorite song off her Brandy's new album, I dropped. Because I didn't think she was going to go into the new cuts, but Brandy, she went there. But Monica came back, you know, with some hot stuff. Can't remember what song it was because I should have, you know, been taking notes. But, you know, I just was in the moment trying to see what was going on. Monica looked fantastic. Her outfit was from Fendi. My girl slayed. Like, you know, Monica come with the boots. She had the thigh-high boots. You had her little hat, the Fendi top, the pants. Even Brandy was like, yes, bitch. You had to bring out the Chardonnay from the game. If you know, Brandy played Chardonnay from the game. She brought it up as well in the Verzuz episode. Brandy was like in her, you know, eclectic neo-soul outfit. You know, she had the braids and all that. She was cute. But Monica came to play. Like, girl, give me a stylist because tonight I'm finna look good, okay? We in my city of Atlanta, I'm finna look good. And I give it to her. But before we close out tonight, again, all jokes aside, I just want to say, I know 2020 has not been the best year for none of us, really. Some people might have strides or accomplishments that they accomplished this year, and congratulations to you. But overall, this year has been very, very gloomy, in my opinion. 2020, like, I didn't expect this for 2020. With the whole pandemic going out, I want to make sure everybody's safe. You know, you wear your mask, you have your hand sanitizers, protect yourself, you know. Also, it's very important to vote. You know, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm voting for who I'm voting for, but I'm voting. That's the most important part. You get out there and you vote, as Brandy and Monica did touch on tonight. They did have Kamala Harris, you know, come on as a surprise and make sure that everybody knows it's important for this go round in November. I'm sorry, excuse me. My voice is just acting crazy tonight. But it's very important to vote. That's the main purpose of it. And no matter what you're going through in life, don't give up, because there's always a brighter day out there. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter what, even because I know there's times when your friends or your family, when you feel like they're not there for you because they don't understand what you're going through, don't give up. Never give up, because there's been so many times in my life where I felt like I wanted to give up, but something higher told me, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. That's not even a shameless plug to Ali's song, Try Again, but that's what I heard in my head. Pick yourself up and try again. So to anybody who's going through something, don't give up. That's all I'm asking. And if you enjoyed my show tonight, I don't mind if you hit that share button. I don't mind if you hit that like button. I definitely don't mind if you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, which is King Tonio, if you didn't know. KINTONIO. I'm posting more episodes very, very soon. I also will be doing my VMA reaction next, because I did not forget. And Doja Cat, sis, we got to talk about your performance. But again, as I said, I want to thank everybody tonight who tuned in to the Unpopular Podcast. You know, this is only my second episode, but I thank anyone. If it's just one person listening, I thank you so much for supporting me. And never give up, as I said before, because it's all about you. And no matter what you're going through, it's going to get better. I guarantee you. So remember, don't give up.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
So on that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Unpopular Podcast. And once again, congratulations to the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Black Queens, Brandy and Monica. You guys had a iconic, legendary Verzuz episode. And again, thanks to Timbaland and Swiss for bringing this to the forefront and making the culture have something else to call our own. So I'm going to end this episode tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye-bye. See you later.